Okay, Jameson. Ready when you are.
Isn't it fun?
Fantastic. All right. So today I'm going to speak about gold farming and the process of how gold farmers turn virtual money into real money. A little about the manner in which they do that, the overall organization, how that starts out. They get that money gathered and everything there. I'll also speak about the avatars they use to do so. Hopefully, by going through this, we'll all be able to understand a little bit more about why gold farmers do what they do and how they do it. I gathered information from articles written by Rowena Davis and Nick Ryan. There are also some interviews that they did that I'm making reference to. I also used the US Forex, that's an exchange rate site, to kind of get some numbers on what their pay rate is. Now, with this, just curiosity, how many of us have ever played a video game? Okay, so we got Xbox, PlayStation, PC, DS, GameCube, Wii. I even had an Atari once. Those things are old school to say. But did you enjoy yourself while you're playing the game? Was it fun? Was it entertaining?
Yeah.
Would you like to get paid money to play that game? It'd be easy, right? So with that in mind, think about having to play your video game for 10 hours a day, every day of the month, and having one day off. It wouldn't be as awesome. Kind of lose its Gold farmers actually do that. In some situations, they are spending an entire month of work with one day off doing that. Now, the way that they get started in this whole process is they'll go out, they'll find this job for gold farming, and they need an avatar. You guys seen the movie Avatar? Pretty much the exact same idea. You have this character, this person that when you're in game world, you get to be that person. In Game Over, which is the documentary that I'm making reference to here, we all kind of got the overview on what an avatar is. You jump right into it, you have all your gear, your armor, weapons, everything that goes along with it. And using World of Warcraft just as a point of reference, everything that goes into your avatar is something that you fight for. You want to upgrade, you want to get better armor, you want to get a better skill. Because the higher your level, the better your skill, the better the creature will be able to kill. Now, gold farmers actually have their avatars created for them. And so with that, quite frequently, they'll get an avatar that's already got gear, already has the ability to go out and fight and obtain gold. Now, in the article Gold Trading Exposed, it's called The Sellers by Nick Ryan, the gold farmers actually go out, once they have an avatar, they gather this gold. And their main function is to get as much as they can, because these sellers, what they're called, actually then turn around and sell this virtual money in real life situations. Has anybody ever made use of purchasing gold from any sort of game system, PC? One of us. One of us has used the back door on that. Okay. So with it, basically what it is buying this money is an easy way to advance in the game. And so with it, going through and having this gold to sell, they're making money out of nothing. Now with even the avatars that they have, you can buy an avatar online for $100 for something so-so, or up to about $1,500. You can spend that much money on a character for a game. So I mean, a couple thousand coin that you get for $5 is no big deal, right? Now, with all this information, the money that it's feeding into it, the abilities that they already have when they start up, gold farmers, again, they're heading out there, they're obtaining this gold by killing creatures in a game world. Now, as they're doing this, it sounds pretty simple and straightforward. However, there are some dangers. Like in Game Over, they explained that one of the gold farmers was getting attacked, and the actual problem with that is in game, you will lose everything you've collected, your gold, up to that point if you die. And so gold farmers' main goal is to go out and obtain gold, but if they get attacked by another player, they're going to lose everything they've worked for up to that point. They have quotas they have to meet, and so this is a big drawback. I mean, it's like trying to make a pizza if you were James Bond. You're standing there and some guy comes and attacks you. That's pretty much it. You're just doing your job. Somebody comes in and jumps all over you. And so with that being one of the dangers, they actually have a lot of issues they run into like that. Another thing in there is they actually, in the article written by Rowena Davis, she explains that there are companies which have created these games who like it if you attack a gold farmer. They actually support the attacking of gold farmers in game. Because imagine you have a game, you created this game, and you're going to get paid for every hour that someone plays. Right? So say they're playing 10 hours a day, you're getting paid for 10 hours of playtime so that they can obtain gold because they really want to excel in the game. A gold farmer comes in, sells them all the gold they can make in an entire day. They do it in 5 minutes. Your profit, in essence, was just cut down to a tenth of what you would have made as the industry. And so, with that, gold farmers actually face a lot of danger coming down from above because of that. Now, going from getting that gold to selling it, the actual transaction of selling gold often happens in game. And so you'll take your avatar, you'll go somewhere, meet a buyer. Once your funds have transferred over to the seller, they'll go ahead and okay the transfer of in-game gold. Now, you get that gold, you go through, fantastic, good, you're all set. It's a pretty simple process to buy the money. Now, the actual draw of doing this for gold farmers, for getting all this gold and then giving it to a seller to sell, a big thing is that gold farmers, it's a pretty easy job to come by because it is just a video game. As I had said, they can go a whole month working with 1 day off. There's a company called Wow 7 Gold, and they employ more than 100 gold farmers. The company itself brings in just over 1 million euros a year. That's euros. That's a lot of money. And as Nick Ryan explained in his article, gold farmers receive a really small amount of money, which is then supplemented. They basically get like an add-on, like a bonus, if they collect a certain amount of gold. Now, the gold farmers are actually paid about $250 to $400 a month. $250 to $400. It's not very much for an entire month's worth of work with 1 day off. You transfer that over to yen, you're looking at about 1,530 yen to 2,400 yen. With this, to kind of put that in perspective, I went through and I transferred the funds around. Basically, a company that's making over 1 million euros a year, is paying their gold farmers about 180 euros a month. So they're making tons of money and paying out hardly anything. One of the gold farmers that was interviewed, his name is Pao, but he was interviewed and he actually lives at the facility. They house him, they feed him, and they pay him hardly anything. And that works out for him. Again, they're doing this because it's simple. It's easy money for them. Now, with all of this information, kind of a lot, I get it. Gold farmers go out and get an avatar. They go out and find gold, killing creatures for it. They've got to look out for dangers that they're facing. And then they transfer this money over to a seller who then sells that. Now, all in all, it's an easy way to get through a game. You get the assistance from a gold farmer. You can go out and buy that from a gold farmer. With having that shortcut, it's, in my opinion, it's something that the games were created to enjoy, And so at this point, these gold farmers who are doing this, I don't know if they enjoy it anymore. I don't know. It kind of changed my idea on if I want to play my game and get paid for it. But on this, they obtain that money, they sell it, it's profit. And in closing, those of us who play games, we can either feed that business, feed into it, or we can go through and play the game and earn that level and do that the way that it was meant to be. farmers are out there, and then with this, basically, do you earn your title or do you buy it? Now, gold farming, in my opinion, is kind of cool, and the fact they get to play a game, they enjoy it, they get to go out and spend that time in game, but it does have dangers in gold farming. But I hope you've all learned a little bit about it. I shared something new maybe. Thank you for your time.